check.
I have no idea, probably.
Check, check. Check, Mike. Can you mute this, Rhett? Check, check. Can you mute this, number 3? Check.
Oh, whoever comes as assistant needs some gloves. Oh, shoot, we blew the breaker over here, I think.
Yeah, that's the second time it's on the breaker. What's causing the overload on that breaker?
Um, can you guys step from it? Can you go out there and tell them to turn off everything on the bed?
Okay, so now, yes, now we've got power.
Great job. But I need, let's get everyone in here. David, don't teach right now. I need you not to teach. I need you to get ready.
And that is exactly what I was doing, Brad.
You're going to make sure you're explaining to them. We are really late.
No, I was going over a checklist.
All right. So just need to get moving right now. We need to, I need to go live as soon as we do it. We're really behind schedule.
Yes, indeed.
And I need whoever's assisting me in here now.
All right, here comes Karen.
Thank you. Here.
All right. Okay, now we stop at the right time, right? We stop. Because I said, I'm going to pretend that you are answering the time. Until the real format is here, I'm going to pretend. So you will just. Yes, you are, but that is. Okay. And now we will do this. Everybody's had a chance to do what they need to with this. We now do heating elements turned on.
I need somebody to go out there and park somewhere on that part of the cooking strip.
Somebody will look for it. Oh, Daniel will look for it.
Somebody really sound check now that I have my body mic on. Sound check on my body mic?
Okay. So,
We're talking. Hey, welcome today to Juneau Live. So, it would be, oh shoot. I'm gonna run up there and get this, get something on that screen. So, yeah, I think both these screens running for you. Karen's going to the bathroom anyway,
gotcha.
so if we should.
Yes.
Red, can you make sure my phone is muted? She's in the restroom.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Hey, would butter do? Or do you need the spray?
No, should be a spray on that card. I put it somewhere on that, all those things I brought up.
Okay.
If I have to, I'll use butter, but. Oh yeah, and I get use some towel, paper towel. I need paper towels and a couple towels on the set. And I also need I need my coffee. And Karen will need some Diet Coke. So I get some on the monitor, so we can see what we're doing in the studio. We're very close to going. You see past everybody. Somebody, we need a crew member to assist in directing up here. Somebody must want to direct. Now, everyone can see I'm in multiple screens. We got red, and somebody want to help direct? Great. So do it. As soon as Karen's in here, do a sound check on her body mic. David. So make sure you're mixing in some. Make sure you guys are mixing in some house, some audience, and some. Yeah. Great.
Excuse me? Ooh.
Okay. Hey. Okay.
Check. 1, 2, 3. Is the mic already checked? Tell me when to stop talking so that I'll know that the mic's okay. Is everything okay? Am I ready to help? Does it sound good to you? Is anybody listening to the sound?
He's about to.
Oh, okay. So Brad, I'm looking here and I see buns and I see tongs and I see a spatula.
And, okay,
there we
I think now there's sound, okay.
So the house can be a little less hot for us, please. Take the house on. Take house and studio audience and studio and audience on.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I'm about ready to do the call. Are we about ready for the call? Okay, here we go. Talent.
Ready?
Ready. Okay, cameras. Ready. Sound.
Ready.
Okay, video direction.
Ready.
Okay, I'm gonna run through the start procedure. We have the title card up. You need to have something on your preview though.
It's not working.
I don't
Yeah.
see anything on your preview.
The other camera's not working.
No, the camera's working. See, I see plenty of cameras up there.
Oh, there it is. Okay, there it goes. Took a minute to come up.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk through the starting sequence. I need people to whisper in here. Starting sequence. When we say go live, first of all, can somebody tell whether or not we've already started or whether we're ready to go live?
We are currently streaming and recording.
That's what I thought. Okay, so, good. Okay, so David will come down. David will come down and we'll deal with you in a minute, okay? So, great. So, when I say we're gonna go, I'll do 5, 4, 3, and then I will go quiet. And then I will do live, I'll do my live segment. Can you do an offhand line statement?
Yes, I can.
Okay, and then I'm going to say, and here's our line statement. We're gonna stay on the card, and then I'll say, thank you, Karen. And then you can cut to the picture on your preview, and then I will then start the show. We'll go through the show, and then at the end, I'll say thank you for joining us today. We'll cut back to the title card, and then we will stay silent until the sound engineer tells us they've turned the sound off. The way you turn the sound off is you pull down the sound on the booth up there on the 2 levers for the broadcast. Then you say, we're out. And then somebody up there can stop the broadcast, okay? Remember.
And everybody remember, even though we look done, we're not done until you hear them yell out.
Yeah, and that's the sound person says the sound is off and we're out, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna run the call real quickly again. Talent,
Ready?
cameras,
Ready.
sound,
Ready.
video director.
Ready.
Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3. Live from the Juneau Live Studio at Resurrection Lutheran Church. This is the TV production camp and both the Studio Apprentice camp and the Showrunner Camp daily broadcast. This is the last of our daily broadcasts as we are getting ready for our shows tomorrow. If you'd like to come and see either of the shows in person, the Studio Apprentice Camp is shooting their live production of Juneau Eats tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the studio at Resurrection Lutheran Church at 740 West 10th Street. And our show tomorrow night is...
Our show tomorrow night is a concert. We have a number of bands and soloists for an evening concert for you. When we would really be happy to have you join us for the studio audience for that.
And that is at 7:30 tomorrow night again at Resurrection Lutheran Church at 740 West 10th Street in downtown Juneau. You need to get here by 7:15 to get checked in, get your paperwork signed, get a snack, and it should be a fantastic show with a bunch of interesting things, including the Douglas Tribe Youth Dancers, as well as a number of bands. So join us that, or you can watch online, either live or later. So here we go. First, our land statement by Pastor Karen.
Yes, because we at Resurrection Lutheran Church would like to acknowledge that we are currently on the unceded lands of the Tlingit-Ani, who from time immemorial have cared for and nurtured this land. We are grateful for the opportunity to be here. We hope to be in partnership and to respect the values and the history that these people have brought and continue to bring to this land.
Thank you, Pastor Karen. So, welcome today to our final daily practice broadcast by both sets of camp. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to do a cooking segment, so to prepare the students or our crew for the Studio Apprentice Camp tomorrow, which is a both talk and cooking show. It's Juneau Eats, which has been a very popular show for us. And so we're going to be cooking up their lunch today. So Pastor Karen's going to assist me. And so the lunch today is hot dogs and hamburgers,
Yum.
including some buns. So let's get going cooking that. So the grill's been heating up for a while. This is the apparatus they're going to use tomorrow. So Pastor Karen, let's see, maybe we'll trade this down here. This is the hot dogs and hamburgers, and you can throw the buns over there.
Throw the buns over where? Over
Yeah,
here?
maybe in there.
Oh, okay.
And so we'll also cook some buns up too. And so, oh, your phone's right in the splash zone. Okay, so if you can start opening up the hot dogs and hamburgers, I'm going to get the grill ready to go. So we, everyone who works in the kitchen or the food pantry downstairs at Resurrection Lutheran has their food handling card. Because we always practice food safety here at Resurrection Lutheran, and so we are gloved up, and we also if we're cooking, we generally wear some kind of hair protection so we don't get hair in the foods.
And we wear clean cookware, which both protects us and protects.
Right.
Oh, and I don't have my name tag on the outside. Oh, well.
Oh, yeah. And most of our food we use for our programs here, as well as the food we distribute down the food pantry, comes from the Southeast Alaska Food Bank. Why don't you throw me a couple hamburgers here? You can put them in here. So shift them over. Great. Comes comes from the stores in the area. It's donated. We do buy some food with money that's donated. We also get donations from church members or other people in the community donate food to us.
Hot dogs over there.
So, we appreciate donations of the church. Is that right, Karen?
We absolutely appreciate donations. The church runs on donations, and we are so grateful for everybody who contributes food, for the church members who provide an opportunity for us to have a food bank, and for the partners in the community. It's very helpful if people are thinking they don't know what to do with their PFD, that we're happy to use some of it to help feed our neighbors. All of the food, we serve up to 2,000 pounds of food a week that we either prepare for and serve to people who come in, or can I have a paper towel, please?
Yeah, of course. And also we can use more hot dogs. What?
My nose is running. Okay, and I didn't want to touch the hot dogs with that. Anyway, so we are, what was I going to say? Oh, yes. So we have people come in, and we do not require people to show us ID. We don't require anybody to prove how in need they are. And we don't judge what condition people come in. If they come in and say more hamburgers. If they say that they're in need, then we keep, for statistics, we keep a household name for them. Usually people give us their own name, but if for some reason people want to have a name that is alias, that's fine with us too. And they check in with us, and then we try to, based on the amount of food we have, we try to make sure that the food is shared with the person. More importantly, did you want to go?
No, I can use some crew. I could use some clean foil pans to put the cooked hamburgers in. And then crew, I also need to know if people want cheeseburgers.
Yes.
Okay. And then you could also give me separate some cheese for me out of
Okay.
it.
So one of the things that is of very high value to us is that while we serve people food, we also want to serve people attention and compassion and relationships, because we find that a lot of times it's very, very difficult for people to come in and accept free food. And it's very difficult for them, especially if they've had the experience of people looking down on them, or sometimes people who are living with homelessness or other difficult situations can get ignored or treated badly. So it's important to us that in addition to food, we serve relationships. So we actually care about people as individuals. We like to give them snacks and something to drink.
I'll need 3 or 4.
We also have a section, I call it my snacks and sundries bar, where if there are other objects that people have donated, like shampoo and toothbrushes and hand sanitizer, which people really, really appreciate. If any of those, if people have donated, then I can give those out to people as well. People don't have to talk to me. There are people who just come and take their food, and that's all they're interested in, but there are others who want to stop and chat for a while, and that's an important part of our ministry.
Do I not have to talk to you?
Oh, yes, wouldn't it be nice if you didn't have to? There's only 3. How many do you want?
Oh, it's only 3?
No. How many do you want me to break up?
Well, eventually I'll need more, but right now
Okay,
that's good.
I'm just feeling them all.
Yeah, that's good. Let's just put them over here.
Okay. This food pantry was started long before I got here, and then what we found is during COVID, a lot of the smaller food pantries had to close because they just didn't have the space to spread out and safely provide food for people. Some of the pantries were able to make pre-packed bags, and because we happen to have a large space, that the community, through a grant for a school program, helped us make the space work a little bit better. We were able to really spread out. so that we could have a long line and people didn't have to stand close together, and we could set tables that were 6 feet away, and we all wore masks. And we just had the ability to do it. And from that, a lot of the need got consolidated here. Also, there have been programs where people could eat other places downtown, but now it's harder for people who can't afford meals to find a place downtown where they can eat. And they're not always necessarily being fed where they stay. So what we do is we try to have a meal available, and a hot, tasty meal that is also prepared from food that we get from the food bank. And we want people to have a chance to sit down and eat that too. Sometimes people are not interested, and sometimes people, that's their main meal for the day. So we want them to feel welcome and participate. Also, I'll tell you, I try almost everything that we serve, or I eat the same meal as other people do, and so I can tell people whether or not it's good, but more hamburgers, okay, but also so that people know, you know what, we're all eating the same food, we're all in this together. So we always make sure that after our guests have eaten, that we too, if we're hungry, that we take some food. I will tell you that one of our volunteers, just brilliant volunteers, is David. And one of the things that David does is sometimes he tells people how they can prepare the food. If there's a food that we don't all recognize, or that some people don't know how to prepare or don't know how to serve, David will look up recipes or point to other things that we have to offer, other foods that we have to offer that might go well, or he'll tell people, I've heard this is very nicely prepared cut in a particular way or served in a particular way. And in many ways, he's both serving people and he is helping them know what to do with the food, so that their recipe base can expand a little bit. And we all learn from that, because I've heard him giving people instructions on foods that I didn't even know what they were. Is there anything else you wanted me to add on that?
So when can I come?
When can you come to the food pantry? So it is open he's already given the address several times, but the entrance is actually on Glacier. The address is 740 West 10th, but the entrance is on Glacier. And you can come on Tuesday, anytime between noon and 4:30. Of course, the earlier you get there, the more choice there is. We start to run out of some items later on, and you're certainly welcome later on, but I just like people to know that earlier there may be more choices. We also are happy to have people who are interested in helping, in which case if you are, email us at, all the information is on our website. Did you give our website?
No, I have not. Oh, and I'd like to do a personal shout out to our daughter Clarice, who needs to reach out to her brother to find out if he can go to the food pantry today to help pick up food, because I forgot to do that.
Oh dear. So yes, one of the things that we could use help with is volunteers that coordinate with us. We pick up food on Thursday afternoons. She's going to the Juneau Coalition on Housing and Homelessness meeting though.
Yeah, but David's going alone now, unless our son Danny can go with David to the food bank today.
Okay, so we need volunteers to help pick up the food on Thursday afternoons, because we fill up people's cars, and then help unloading that into the kitchen and the refrigerator and the freezers here. And then we also have a pickup on Mondays, and can use volunteers then. I believe that group goes at 9:30?
No, so on Mondays we go around 2 o'clock, but on Thursdays we try to get there around noon, we try to get there around 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So if our son Daniel can go meet David there around 1 today, that'd be great.
Today's not Monday.
Thursday.
Okay, yeah.
Thursday would be great.
But we are happy to have other people,
We need volunteers.
and we don't, anybody who volunteers doesn't have to volunteer for the whole time. We are, in fact, we have quite a few people who are very generous with 2 hours. And they come in and they maybe help set up, or maybe they help serve for the first 2 hours, or maybe they are willing to help clean up, and there's awful lot of cleanup as well. So we're not asking people to help for the entire time. On Tuesday we start setting up at about 11. And then clean up, we try to be done as quickly as possible, but if somebody wants to come after school at 3, and teachers welcome too, then we do clean up from 3 to, we can use help from that period as well, and we don't want to burn anybody out. If you are handling food, though, we will work with you to get a food handler's card. And if you are working with the patrons who come in, I see an unattended camera over here. Is that camera supposed to be unattended? Okay, you're attending to camera 3? Okay, who's on camera 3? Oh, okay. Yes, Clarice.
What time is you all begin?
It's just David.
What time?
1 o'clock. So, thank you, anybody who is interested in the show. Thank you for everybody who has supported the Showrunner Camp and the Apprentice Camp. And thank you to all the participants in the Showrunner Camp and the Apprentice Camp. It's been really helpful. Thank you, Daniel, who is our son-in-law, who took a week of vacation in California and came up to help with the Showrunner Camp.
Yeah, and if you missed out, and are interested in attending our next camp, that'll be on July 15th this summer, the week of July 15th, and we then expect to be running the camp also spring break next year. So, so you can sign up at showrunnercamp.org is where you get more information and register. But we hope to see you coming in for being part of the studio audience either tomorrow at 4 or tomorrow night at 7:30. So thank you for joining us for this daily broadcast of the camp.